You have no voice. Your appearance is ridiculous. Go home, buy a sewing machine and get to work. You can never be a singer.
These words were not an opinion. They were a weapon, delivered with surgical precision in the cold, sterile office of the director of the Vienna Court Opera, the absolute center of the musical world. The target? A poor, unknown girl named Ernestine Schumann-Heink. The official story, the one they print in books, is that this was a simple, if cruel, rejection. The official story is a lie. This was not an audition, it was an execution. An attempt to sever a young girl's ambition from her soul, but they made one critical mistake. They didn't realize who they were talking to, and they had no idea what they were about to unleash. Stick with us as we declassify the true story of Madame Schumann-Heink and reveal the psychological key she discovered, a key they have tried to keep buried ever since. To understand the conspiracy, you must understand the board. Late 19th century Vienna wasn't just a city, it was a system, a rigid hierarchy of class, money, and influence, and at its peak, the court opera. More than a stage, it was a fortress, and its director was the ultimate gatekeeper. The files show Schumann-Heink had nothing, no money, no connections. All she possessed was what the psychologist Napoleon Hill would later call a burning desire. But the gatekeepers have a different name for that. They call it a threat, a variable they cannot control. So they developed methods to neutralize it. We see the first piece of evidence in the director's wording. He didn't just say she wasn't good enough. He attacked her very being, her voice, her face. Then, he gave her a command, a new identity: become a seamstress. This is a classic psychological technique: shatter the subject's self-image and replace it with a smaller, more manageable one. He was trying to overwrite her code. She left his office, shattered. For a moment the weapon worked. Despair washed over her. The system was winning. She could hear the hum of the sewing machine in her mind. But then, something happened. Something the gatekeeper never accounted for. What if the rejection wasn't meant to be a simple no? The files stop there, but when you look between the lines, a terrifying new possibility emerges. The rejection was a test, an activation protocol. Think of it like this: the system isn't designed to stop everyone, it's designed to filter. It hurls a curse of absolute rejection at a candidate. For 99.9% of people, the curse works. The ambition dies. But for the 0.1%, for the ones with a true burning desire, the curse doesn't work. It backfires. The immense negative energy of the rejection has nowhere to go, so it becomes fuel. The curse becomes a catalyst. The gatekeeper wasn't just trying to break her. He was unknowingly testing to see if she was one of the ones who couldn't be broken. She went home. The tears stopped. The despair was replaced by a cold, white-hot focus. The director's words echoed in her mind, but they no longer sounded like an insult. They sounded like a challenge. The command to buy a sewing machine was no longer a sentence, it was a declaration of war. What happened next is not in any biography. Her burning desire reached a state of critical mass. Psychologists have no name for it, so we will give it one: cognitive singularity. A state where human will become so focused it collapses all probability except one: success. She wasn't just practicing, she was recalibrating her own biology with pure defiance. The rejection didn't just motivate her, it fundamentally changed her. Her voice, the very thing the director called nothing, transformed. It became a force of nature, an instrument not of music, but of pure, indomitable will. She didn't just get into the opera, she conquered it. She became one of the most powerful singers on earth. The director thought he was burying a nobody. Instead, he forged a legend. He proved the system's greatest secret, and its greatest weakness: that a true no, delivered to the right person, is the most powerful yes in the universe. The Schumann-Heink file is just one. How many others are out there? How many other legends were born from a gatekeeper's attempt to destroy them? The system scrubs these records, hiding the evidence of this phenomenon. It's up to us to find what they buried. Search the archives. Look for the stories of others who were told they were worthless, only to change the world. What have you seen? Share your findings below. The investigation has just begun.